When most people think of birth control, their mind goes straight to the pill. Although, over the years, there's been many different forms of birth control created. According to the Office of Women's Health, birth control is defined as any method, medicine, or device used to prevent pregnancy. There are two different broad categories of birth control that I'm going to be discussing right now. Long-term, which can include IUDs, sterilization, as well as hormonal implants, and short-term, such as the pill, the patch, the ring, or the shot, which, of course, there's other options in these categories, but these are the most commonly used ones today. With as many options and price points as there are, it's important to be educated on which birth control option is correct for you. And my main goal today is to inform you guys on what the positive impacts are of increased access and use of birth control and better sex education. And you may be asking yourself, Madison, why does this matter to me? Well, increased education and access to contraception promotes better opportunity through responsible family planning, especially for younger generations like me and you. But today, my main points are going to be factors that affect access to birth control, how birth control affects teen pregnancy rates, positive health impacts brought by taking birth control, and the economic impact that birth control can have on our community. So let's get into it. Firstly, I want to talk about the positive impacts birth control can have on teen pregnancy rates. Susie Marcus, Executive Director at Wyoming Health Council, she emphasizes that communities that focus on at-risk teens will see the lower teen pregnancy rates. And she says some of these factors of disconnectedness include poverty, racism, oppression, strong male norms, barriers to knowledge and care, isolation, depression, lack of communication with caretakers or family, shame, virginity pledges, substance abuse, as well as peers who value risky behavior. Now, she insinuates that increased access to family planning, long-acting reversible contraception, better sex education, and emergency contraception will all significantly reduce the teen pregnancy rate, which is shown through the National Vital Statistics Report taken on June 2nd, 2016, which showed a 64% decrease in teen births ages 15 to 19 from 1991 to 2015. Now, second, let's get into the positive health impacts that birth control can have on women. In a study performed by JAMA Oncology, they included about 197,000 women ages 50 to 71, which about half of whom had taken oral contraception at some point in their life. Compared to those who hadn't used oral contraception, those who had taken it for more than 10 years had a 34% reduced risk for endometriosal cancer, and the strongest reductions among those women were smokers and people who were obese at the beginning of the study. Contraception users also had a 40% reduced risk of ovarian cancer, and the risk reduction significant in smokers and the obese and those who had not gotten regular exercise. The lead author at JAMA Oncology is Kara A. Michaels, an epidemiologist in the National Cancer Institute, and she suggests that women may not know the initial long-term benefits on menopausal women, but as quoted, they may be beneficial for prevention in menopausal women with a range of different risks of cancer. Now, thirdly and lastly, I want to get into the positive economic impacts that increased access and use of birth control can have on our community. Virginia Governor Terry McLaughlin proposed a $9 million federal grant allowing women with little to no health insurance access to long-term contraception for free. Well, previously in Colorado, a similar program took place in which they saw a 40% decline in teen birth rates between 2009 and 2013. It also saved $42.5 million of healthcare costs associated with teen pregnancy. Abortion rates also fell by 35% for 15 to 19-year-olds. Now, all in all, I want you to know that improved access to contraception and better sex education has shown significant decreases in teen pregnancy, ovarian cancer, and as well as shown huge economic impacts on states who have performed this research. But I want you to know that birth control isn't the cure to all unintended pregnancies, but it does play a huge factor in it. But The question I want to leave you with today is, what would the United States be without access to reproductive health care and contraception? Thank you.